with technology where they can where they know what I'm thinking. See, they've done this to me because they think I'm a pedophile and a rapist. The two most heinous crimes you can do pretty much. So they're listening to me through technology. So they know, they can hear everything I think. Everything I think. As clear as day. I only realized this last year in 2017. So this is why people have been treating me like this. I didn't know that they knew everything I'm thinking. So according to them in 2014, I'm an armed robber now as well, because of the situation that happened with Rudy. I'm still getting these shit jobs because the system has halted my progress in my life. They've denied my progression. We had a Tripper House job with Transfield. Ryan Stympson's the supervisor. All orchestrated, they all know me. They all treat me like a fucking idiot. So now, I had a hip operation in 2016. I don't have avascular necrosis. The health system has fucked up my bones and my body. It's got nothing to do with disease or bone degeneration or whatever. The system is doing that to me because they think I'm a rapist, pedophile, pervert, armed robber and a criminal. So they basically, I'm a dog in society. I didn't know this at the time. You see, so what they've got is they've got everybody that's in my life at work, in society, my family are treating me like an idiot. I didn't even know. I didn't know that everybody's looking at me and watching me, knowing everything I think and knowing every move I make, watching under surveillance. At work, I didn't think, work was the last place I thought people would be. I thought people would leave me alone to be a man and get on with my life. As far as they're concerned, I'm a criminal and all this. Anyway. So now we had this Tripper House job. It's about 12 flights of stairs, yeah? So you got to climb up, fucking all this way, except. So before I say this, what the system's intention was is to fuck up my joints now, right? Because they say I'm a armed robber and all this, yeah? So basically they want to slow me down. They want to cripple me in society in some way because they say I'm a threat. They're thinking I'm a threat now. So they do it by taking my hip away. They've been degenerating my eyes, trying to confuse me, degenerating my bones, everything. So they started at work. Maybe they never started at work, but they were at every job I've done since 2011. Every job, man. Every job. They've orchestrated these jobs. They've organized them for me. Every job I had and every person at that job and everybody that helped me organize these jobs were all women. I realize. Anyway, let's get to this Tripper House job. This Tripper House job now, because they want to degenerate my bones and stuff and my hips, because the system wants to get me back now because they think I've gotten away with crimes. So now they've made me climb 12 flights of stairs and now I'm doing handrails again. Because they know. When I saw a job or I'm applying for jobs, I look at the job and I go, oh, handrails and grid mesh, no, I don't take those jobs. They know that because they can hear what I'm thinking. They know that I don't take these jobs. So now what they've done is they've given me all these jobs that entail handrails and grid mesh. All these crappy jobs, as far as I'm concerned. Okay, but you know what I'm saying? So now they're contradicting me in my life. They bully me. I haven't done anything wrong to anybody. There was a guy called Cameron. Now he's up there with his grinder. Hey, and he's grinding the fucking handrail like he's angry. Then he fucking throws the grinder down, takes his hat off. Hey, you know, this is while I'm next to him. And I used to laugh at myself because I gave him the name Angry Cam. I used to laugh at him because, like, why are you so mad working? Little did I know, he's been doing it on purpose. He's been orchestrated to do it on purpose, to make me feel angry, to get me hyped up. The system's been working on my psychology and my emotions. He wants me to feel angry and get aggressive. He wants me to feel like he does, empathetic. You know what I'm saying? There was another guy there, old bully. I forget his name, Kiwi guy. And I was up in the EWP, welding these handrails. And for a whole fucking week, this bully, he's always got a smoke in his mouth, you know, this and that. And I used to laugh because that's all he ever wanted was a smoke in his mouth and he was happy. But driving the EWP was very rough. And we're about 20 meters up. And he's not controlling it properly, you know. There's a way you got to drive the EWP when you're higher. Nice and smoothly, you know, and we're working next to handrails, so you don't want any crushing injuries. A whole week and he never got it right. Now I realize they'd done it on purpose, to piss me off. They were bullying me. The year before that at the job in Newman, Luke, we were on the same work team, and I walked up to a place one time and my supervisor told me to take off some scaffold. And now taking off scaffold is a big no-no. You don't do it unless you're authorized, competent and trained person, unless you're a scaffolder. No one else can touch that. And I said to my supervisor, are you sure? Because you know I'm not allowed to take that off, you know what I'm saying? And he said, yeah, no, take it off. So I went up there, and I started taking off the scaffolding. Next minute, Luke from my, we were in the same, what can I say? We were in the same company. There was about 4 of us in the same company, Flex Force. As I'm taking the thing off, Luke sitting there and he's like, hey, Peyton, what are you doing? You're not allowed to do that, you know, blah, 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 blah. And I thought, hey, you prick, you know, we're in the same work company. Why are you making a fool of me, man? That was in front of everybody. Now I realize they orchestrated, they done it on purpose to make me feel like a cunt. And I always thought, we're in the same work company, man. You got to look after your people in the same work company, you know. We're the same crew. We got to stick together, you know. One time my supervisor at that job, I was doing a take 5 in the morning. Now you've got to do take 5s before you start up any machines. And part of the take 5 is writing down the time that you're inspecting that machine before you start it up. So I pulled out my phone. But there's people waiting, there's something waiting to be done, and I'm doing my take 5 now. And I pulled out my phone to look at the time. As I done that, the supervisor got up at me. He's like, hey, what are you doing on your phone? Are you going to get that Jenny started up or what? This and that, blah, 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 blah. He went off at me, you know what I'm saying? Hey, and I went off at him, I flipped him, you know. I'm like, fucking, I've got to do this. I've got to do my take 5, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking at the time. I'm not looking at my bloody Facebook page or messages on my phone. I'm looking at the time. You know, this and that. And now I realize they've done it on purpose to make an idiot of me. They all planned this to make a cunt of me. Yeah, I didn't even know. People from the banks, people in society, people at my work colleagues, everyone's bullying me. Everyone's treating me like a fucking idiot. I was sitting in my room one night, and I could hear these voices again. How important is it that you see Hailey? My mother said to me one day, hey, you must go see your son. When are you going to see your son, this and that? And I said, yeah, no worries, I will. Now in my mind, I wasn't thinking of seeing my son, because I can hear voices and people communicating with me from some other source. So I wasn't ready to go see my son or my daughter basically while I'm hearing these people communicating with me and I'm hanging around with a few dodgy characters. So I just said to my mum, yeah, no worries. But in the back of my mind I was like, no, there's something else going on in my life that I don't know how to tell you. Little did I know they knew all the time. So anyway, how important is it you see Hailey? I'm sitting there thinking, what the fuck? Where is this coming from? it's annoying me now, it's pissing me off because Hailey's my personal business. Hailey's already made me mad by trying to take me to court and pretending I've done something wrong to her when we had organized a date to catch up and do something about Lorenzo. Then she couldn't make it because she had to work, and then I haven't heard from her since. The only time I've heard from her is sending me court orders to go to court. So I'm a bit now at this time, you know what I'm saying? People are telling me how important it is that you see Hailey. I can hear these people are doing strange things. You know what I mean? It's like, I didn't know that they all in the same fucking gang. You know what I mean? I didn't know that everybody's in the same gang working against me. I didn't know that Craig the drug dealer knows Nick the drug dealer, and Nick knows fucking Rob the drug dealer, and Rob knows fucking John the drug dealer, and John knows fucking Ken the drug dealer. I didn't know all these people know each other. And they're fucking making an idiot of me. Anyway, another job I was doing on night shift shutdown, doing wear packages. Wear packages is another job I don't really like, but I'll do it. I'll do it anytime. Now we're climbing stairs as well. So what happened is we're working by this conveyor and the chute. We're doing a wear package change out. And now this is with Transfield, and I was wondering how come they didn't put a cage on top of the platform so we can put the used wear package in that cage. And when they're ready, they can get a crane to take down the cage with the wear packages in it. They made us walk down about 3 flights of stairs with wear packages. Now, one of the rules are 3 points of contact when you're walking up and down stairs. So there's no way you can have 3 points of contact with the wear package in each hand. You know what I'm saying? Even with a wear package in one hand. And these things are heavy. So in my mind, I'm like, this is dangerous. What if I fall over, snap my shin, smash my face on the hand railing or something like that, you know? And we can't throw them over the edge. You get fired for that. I realized that people gave me jobs like this on purpose. Because when I discussed these jobs to myself at home in my room, I didn't know people could hear what I'm thinking. I was animatedly discussing these things to myself because I could hear people communicating with me. So when I was thinking to myself, I was quite animated about it. Like, you know, if you saw me thinking to myself, I'd be like this. So when I think to myself about work safety, I also think about things like that. 3 points of contact, carrying things up and down stairs is a no-no. You'd rather do it the safe way, leave the packages up there, leave the wear plates up there, until it's safe to remove them, by putting them in a cage and getting a crane to come and take them down, rather than having guys walk up and down stairs and risking lost time injuries for work and compo claims. These people are willing to bully me and make an idiot of me. They were just contradicting me. They were giving me jobs that were contradicting what I was thinking. This is with anything in my life. Same with the sex store, going to buy a dollar and all this. Everything in my life, the system is contradicting me wherever I go in my life. It's fucked up. So everything's working against me and the way I think. It's taking away my power, taking away my independence, my individuality, and who I am as a person. They're oppressing me. You know what I'm saying? They're keeping me oppressed by contradicting me in my life. I didn't even know. I was still just cruising with my life. Yeah, no worries, you know, this and that. You know me, I never complain. Now I complain a lot because I know what's happened with my life. That's all I have to do with my life now is complain. Yeah, and then these people are still talking about Hailey, and one night I was like, I'm thinking to myself, I remember what happened, you know? Now me discussing to myself what happened with Hailey, I thought, what can I say? I don't want to complicate or confuse you too much and make it sound too It is pretty much out of this world. When you realize people got technology to hear what you're thinking, it's hard to explain to people, or I don't know how to get you to believe that people actually do know what I'm thinking. Not by my facial expressions, but this or that or that. They know what I'm thinking without looking at my face. You know what I'm saying? That's, to me, that's like the movie stuff. That's like a science fiction movie. That's a spacey movie, you know what I'm saying? So I was discussing Hailey to myself on that night. And anyway, but I don't know. I didn't know that people actually have video footage of us. I'll tell you why. Just now, when I get to it. Anyway, there was another company I went to work for, HI VIS PERSONELL. You see, in 2017, which is last year, I realized that people have treated me like a dog and a pervert and a rapist. All these crimes are sexually natured, right? And they've known things that I've never discussed or openly discussed with anybody. They're relaying it back to me now. In 2017, last year, they're telling me the reasons why I am where I am. And I'm thinking to myself, but that's bullshit. Just because you can hear what I'm thinking, how do you know what context the story was in, or how the story really happened? Just because you can hear what I'm thinking. And they've been making me live a life that's metaphorical to them. I'll give you an example. HI VIS PERSONELL. The lady in charge's name was JEANINE. Right? This is a fucking unbelievable story. The supervisor in charge, the lady in charge of this company is JEANINE. The company is called HI VIS PERSONELL. Right? I went to do a drug test for them in Belmont. And the lady basically had a digital video camera on my penis while I'm doing the DNA. So they can monitor me while I'm doing the DNA, so they can know that I'm not cheating the drug test. But I didn't even know if that's illegal. Is it legal for them to stand there with a digital camera on your penis? I'm not sure if that's legal. Because then you could do anything with that footage after I leave. You could show my penis to anybody you want. You can laugh at it. You can say, wow, you can do whatever you want, basically. You know what I'm saying? It's like you just taking a photo of my dick on a digital camera and I'm leaving there and you can do whatever you want with it. I'm not sure if that's legal, but this is what they done. I'll get back to that and I'll tell you why. They done that to me because of Hailey, because I had a photo of Hailey, me and Hailey, while she was on the couch of a pussy, right? That I didn't even know I had until about a year or two after the event. That's how drunk I was. I didn't even know I'd done that. So the system's getting back at me. They're bullying me now. They're taking photos of my dick when I'm going for DNAs. Now this is because they've had JEANINE on my Facebook, right? So anybody that I've looked at on Facebook, whatever I think about them, if I think of our past together, I don't even have to say nothing. The technology the system has can decipher what I'm thinking. Pretty much word for word. So when I saw JEANINE, my cousin, Auntie Beverly's daughter, one time me and Oscar went to pick her up. Oscar was a friend of mine that had a crush on her. Now JEANINE had on this tight skirt, right, a blue one, and a blue or grey top, but she had on this tight skirt. And I could see the shape of a mound, like, you know, of like a pubes basically, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know what to say. Because the skirt was really tight, so I could see like across there, you know, just like a shape. Nothing too vivid or too whatever. You know, but the system knows that I didn't have to say nothing. The system knows that I thought that of JEANINE. So the system has got a company called HI VIS. That's like me and my eyes. They're trying to say I've got, you know what I'm saying? High visibility because I saw Janine's in a skirt. You know what I'm saying? It's not something I picked up on because I'm special. It's something anybody would have noticed if they looked, you know, at the bottom half of her. Not at any time, maybe the certain light or something, I don't know. You know what I mean? But these people have made me actually a pervert for thinking that. Because they've connected it with a photo of Hailey. They've connected it with celebrity upskirts and camel toe pictures that I had on my phone from 2010. So they think I look at things like this. They think this is part of my makeup. You know what I'm saying? It's very, very bad. Very bad. Because I don't discuss these things with people. So they've made me feel like I've been hiding some kind of secret life and some kind of distorted, perverted way of looking at women. Not the case. There was nothing sinister or deviant about that situation when I was with my cousin. You know what I'm saying? Nothing at all sinister or deviant about it. They've made it they've made it part of this deviant person that I'm supposed to be. They actually got a woman called JENINE. Right? Janine's my cousin. They've got a company called HI VIS PERSONELL. It's because I saw the shape of Janine's mind or whatever you want to call it. Can you believe that shit? I worked this out last year, 2017. This is what the system's been doing behind my back. Can you imagine them sniggering, making metaphors out of my life? That I haven't even fucking said anything to anybody. But they